Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u software demonstration call for August 29th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com, and we'll scroll down. We're going to look for this Zoom banner here, and we'll click through, and this will take us to the live call. If you'd like to be part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, the information's here to register. You can watch her work the software from the Zoom call, where you'll be part of her client group. If you'd like to see Cathy's latest tweets, the information's here. If you are interested in the SRC4u software, you can click down through here. It'll take you right over to Cathy, where you can talk about purchasing your own SRC4u software. Also, to complement the SRC4u software is the shift pin, and you can click through here and there'll be more information there. But for now, we're going to click through to the Zoom call where it will be live. Please lower the volume on your speakers.
All right, well, here we are at 10:30. Happy Monday, everybody.
Well, yes, happy Monday to you.
Thank you, and I did not send out any notes from Friday because I made up my mind I was going to finish those teeth cocktails, and they are finished. And so I think that's why we're still running all the teeth cocktails we just kept getting as a group. And just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and stop. And let's go in here. This, by the way, I'm including this in the notes, is where I got the information for the tooth cocktails, and that was tedious. But when you look at all the connections, it's well worth on a very regular basis, and I'm going to definitely do that for the group, doing this scan. And so let's see how we look at this moment in time. And you don't have to do anything more than just this. This has the radionics rates, this particular list. So we see what we've got here. Oops. Down to 5. So these are all in here, and what you can do is a couple of things. Just go ahead and copy them. Follow the keep it simple theory. And then you can also see if you want a cocktail. And you'll have all the information to make your own cocktails in here. Everything's listed. I may even have duplicated a couple, which really drives me nuts because I had put some in some of the Pro Tools. And so forgot and then redid them in the P4. Remember, this can also be highly proactive. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a tooth 13 cocktail today. And then do we want to break it down further? No, we don't need to do that. Okay, we'll take tooth 20. And do we want to go deeper? Nope. Okay, and then, of course, we're at the end of the month now, and we're moving our focus, but let's just see, is it a priority? Is this teeth scan a priority for startup scan for September? No, so we'll have it when we want a meridian scan, for example, here, etc. If the teeth come up, we've got the information, or for your own individual self. But for the group, it's not a priority. Let's see if we have. No. So. Okay, not necessarily, but we did, let's just look here. So we're asking for the issue solver today, which is a wonderful, maybe the most powerful tool we have in the Pro Tools, could be. So let's go in here and pull that up. See, it looks like we're trying to get to the end of this, but every time it stops and I put in add additional themes, it says yes. So let's do blood. First, let's do teeth. Here's the pineal. Let's just look at something here. See if we want to clear any pineal classification. We have been asking for that pretty consistently. Not with the yes therapy. Okay, now we're just going to bug on, but we can put pineal in the issue solver. Gallbladder. Okay, and then a dispenser element. We're not really asking for the emotional scanner. We'll come back to some of these emotions in a minute. But confusion, contempt, there's a little. Words to ponder. My love is like a cabbage divided into two. The leaves I give to others, but the heart I give to you. Well, that's pretty darn good. Trivializing, flattering, heavy, perturbed, uneasy. And then the resistance factor is mental. So our thoughts, we kind of, as a group, not controlling our thoughts. Well, let's look at that. And let's just add at least auto right there. And let's just go ahead and give it well, that'll go 71 hours since this is a group. If you're working with an individual, you might want to test that time. But anyway, so that's basically the notes we're getting is the rest of this teeth information for those who want to make cocktails. But also I want to show you this. I don't know if any of the rest of you are hearing about this Root Source. It's a product line. I'm not involved with it. But they're really giving it a lot of press, and it's from the alternative sector, and it's supposed to help with some of the stress related to the vaccine. And you can look it up for yourself. It's just Root Source products. But I got to playing around last night for the group, and I think at least this is one of those things we could experiment with. Just seeing, I saw, for example, they have a mitochondria defense shield. We had 85% benefit of getting that image through the dispenser, so I loaded that up. Look at this, 99% benefit through the clean slate. Prayer Warrior was a restore product. Acupuncture for Root Source Zero. We've got one called Barrier Support, which was good in the P4. And then the recharger for this green sprite. Now we know this is all very subtle information. I'm just kind of giving it a try. And I did it last night for all of us. Let's see if we're interested in just play around with it. You know, I don't know what to tell you. It's a very interesting product. And especially moving into the September and we're wanting prosperity, don't be offended over this, but if we're walking around like a bunch of septic tanks because we're so toxic from our environment, it won't matter how much money we have. So we're not asking right now for any of these, but I did a bunch of them last night, and just I'm going to continue to scan on a regular basis. We all have products. This one, I don't know all the story behind it, but it's really being raved about as something. And one of the things, it's got a crystal in it, zeolite, which you all are familiar with. So that's that. Let's just see how we look with the dispenser. Since this is our last day to do this teeth stuff, I believe it is. No, it's not. Not quite, but close. The aminos seems to be coming up a lot. Again, it had stopped for a while. There's the zeolite right there. And that's apparently what this root source product has in it. And the chances are good that we can send some of our supplements through the SRC instead of having them all stacked up and then we don't take them. Sage, mountain savory. We're actually taking some detox oils as well. There's our fatty acids, which they say 99% of us are deficient in. And let's do pull up. We got, for example, varying real issues. Let's look at that. Let's look at the elemental scanner for that. That would be an issue. It would be a negative. And while we're waiting for that, let's see. Look at that. So see, even though the Pro Tools did not come up with the emotion scanner, we indeed will take it. And that's why I like to test it individually a lot of times. So let's look at some of this way. So that kind of runs in the family. It ties in with a little oppression on a spiritual level. While we're there, about confusion. It looked with all the emotional issues we were coming up with it. We wanted this one. And we know with the way our thoughts work, our thoughts trigger an emotion. And if we can control that emotion, we can control our thoughts. So we see a little negativity here. Intent. Put that right there. It's interesting with a lot of the spiritual clearings that we do. I don't show all of them, but one of the worst entities is actually hatred, vehement hatred, which pulls in all this kind of stuff. It's quite interesting. Trivializing, maybe trivializing, maybe not realizing the significance of some of the things we're saying. And again, look at that mega curse. Go down with this one a little bit. Look at this. Rigid, obstinate, dogmatism, refusal, resistance to change. Let's just look at okay, so the black magic, which could be any kind of energetic programming we're getting. Anybody in here ever heard of, and I may not be saying it right, geomancy? Ring a bell for anybody?
Geometry or?
No, geomancy. Geomancy.
Oh, no.
Geomancy.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. I didn't know how to say it. You'll find that this is something that was written about eons ago, and at that time it went more an occult direction, occult in a negative way. But it's worth checking out and realizing that many images could be being sent to us that confuse our minds for, no other. For example, you're going to get today also this list of the masking and the stress related to the masking, but you can just about that many people will refuse. They'll still insist their school-age children wear them all day, etc., because they just can't, they will not accept such a belief that we could have been steered wrong. So, and yet, are we getting energetic symbols that influence our thoughts? What do y'all think about that?
Yes, I'm working on some research, and as soon as I finish it, I will send it to you.
Okay, good, thank you. This is not about, okay, here we go. 1 minute with 3 repeats. This is not about, and I just want to say this one last thing about it, focusing on this kind of thing. This is the awareness, and then you let it go. You don't want to get angry about it. We don't know for sure, which means we don't know much along these lines because it's never been explained or taught to the masses. But you want to be aware of it and do what you can do to keep your thoughts clear, and the overriding emotion that can bring that stuff in is anger and hatred. And what can clear it, I believe, is love. You know, that's what Marcel Vogel taught, that the overriding emotion that would heal all was love. And that's what the Matrix was. And as I understand, he died a broken heart because he could not quite convey what he was trying to teach in that level.
Vogel crystals are geomancy. It's all
really?
about, yeah, it's geometry at work.
Mm-hmm. I have a Vogel crystal. I haven't done much with it. I've had it a long time. I just suspected it was so powerful, but that, you know, I want to be careful with it. But interesting, I did not know that.
A friend of mine has a Vogel crystal website, and he specializes in selling Vogel crystals.
Yeah, I'd like that if you get a chance to email me that.
I'm speaking with you later today.
Yes, exactly. So I'll take it then.
Okay, good.
So anyway, let's just look at this dogmatism, and that's a tough one because we all have it, I believe, anyway. I know there are probably subjects that if anyone tried to approach, I would be reluctant. So again, all subtle energy, holding on to the past, repeating old patterns. See, look at the negativity. And a lot of this old patterns seems to be tied into our actual genetics. So we still can clear it. Look at everything we clicked. We clicked the whole bit, and our subject was teeth. So again, look how interesting that is, what all is connected. There's our manifestation. Let's just see how we are with that right now. Okay, we're looking respectable. Lack of interest in present circumstances. I have a friend very passionate about the political situation, yet she refuses to do any reading at all. And so that would be an example.
Hey, Kathy.
Yeah.
That dispenser, that would be a good one just to kind of like run every night for a week or 2 or 10 to see what comes up. I mean, it could not hurt.
No.
Yeah.
Run it with what subject matter are you thinking of?
Just teeth.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got you. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because this is more, now I'm frozen, so we have to wait for a while. This is more significant than most of us are aware.
Yeah. You know, I told you weeks and weeks and weeks ago that I was running the pathogen panel at night for a couple people and I just put in the name, and I don't put in any reason. I just hit the click just to get it going. And it's amazing, after weeks and weeks and weeks, most of the people are still coming up with high teens, early 20 hours a day.
Yes. I did that for a while. Yeah, I need to get back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I keep thinking that I should like move on, but it's like I can't justify it when somebody comes up with that many hours every day.
I totally agree.
Yeah, teeth might be the same way.
It might be that we want to do both.
Yeah,
and
that's
my Pro Tools have frozen on me, so I don't know if I'll be able to get back and finish the things we were doing. Let's see what we've got. Oh my goodness, see, we want more themes. So I'm wanting a nice, fresh, new slate, but we're still going. 97% benefit to add more themes with this particular, and we do have a very high, over here you see, very high acceptance, 843%. Let's see if yeah, Pro Tools are not going to come up for a while. I'll have to finish that work, but you know, once it does. But let me show you. So you're going to get a big fat email today. I'm going to do it right after this call. And we did not get any requests for intention group today, but you've got your list. These things we mentioned before, vaccinations, stress related to vaccinations is coming up a lot. And this is even for those who aren't vaccinated. And then I did add this one. This also, by the way, is the new moon. For anybody who's working with candles, you can add a little, this new moon, they say you light a candle for what you want to bring in, and we could bring in something like this, and it certainly wouldn't hurt. And then anyway, this, I gave you a misdirection on this stomach 36 acupoint. I said it was in the middle. No, it's closer up to the knee. Pull up your image. I tried to put an image here. It's huge. It didn't too much to look at, but just Google stomach 36 and either put the code in. Let's just see if it's a priority for us at this time. Or give yourself a little acupressure.
It's usually about 3 fingers down from the bottom of the knee.
Yeah, I had been way off when I was talking about, you know, I don't know where I even got that. But, yeah, look at that priority. We'll sure take that today. They call that the point of 100 diseases, and they say a regular work with that. I guess the Chinese actually had certain herbs they burnt in conjunction with that. And you see, that's kind of a chronic stress for us. Do we want a charger? No. Well, that again is thought-provoking. Some of these acupuncture points. Okay, that's awesome. Anyway, bunch of stuff. You can make a bunch of cocktails.
Thank you for doing all that, Cathy. That's huge.
I'll I'll tell you what, you're welcome. And it was a bigger job than I had anticipated. But when I looked at all of this, I said, this is really significant. And I think this is part of the gift we have with this kind of software is we can do it. So it ranks right up there with the meridian scans. It's just that there's a whole bunch more teeth than meridians. So you've got your information here. And there might be a couple duplicates because, okay, and then this masking. Here is the blog post. I do that Art of Spiritual Hygiene post also, because to me that's what the SRC is. It's like taking your shower and brushing your teeth, except it's energy. And this was quite amazing. The stress, they felt that the masking did contribute to the long COVID, but so much else as well. And it turned out to be a very long list. You can make a cocktail. You can do what you choose with it. You can see if you have a priority for it. But it's pretty flooring. And especially it appears that scientifically they knew the truth about this and still did the mask thing. So that's for everybody to look at on their own. Here's the switchwordspower.com that Peter mentioned, or maybe it was Ron, I don't know, the Audacity software program that Kevin was telling us about. Here's, I know you have this already, but it was in here too. So you'll get a long one today. Any other thoughts? Okay.
Lot to think about right there.
We have, I think we have a lot more good than bad. People are realizing there isn't any such thing, I believe anyway, as a problem that can't be solved, but you got to recognize the problem. And I think that's where many of us, I have concerns over things, but the concerns don't really benefit us. We just need the awareness and then to work together to solve the problem. So I guess that's it.
All right,
It's a lot.
I'm sorry it's such a long one, yeah, but I had made up my mind I was going to finish those teeth. And so...
Yes.
Good have.
Wonderful, Cathy. Thank you.
Couple of
Thank you
might
very
have to
much,
go back
Cathy.
with other emails to get the rest of them.
Have a great day.
Appreciate it.
Oh, you're most welcome. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I will see you Thursday.
Next
Thanks,
time.
Cathy.
Bye.
This concludes the SRC4u software demonstration call via Zoom. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.